On the advice of Stu Ungar, the late and probably greatest poker player of all time, a player should fold and live to fold again. Whatever he had in his hand last week, that's exactly what the Bank of Japan Governor Haruhiko Kuroda did. The cards flopped, the BOJ resisted easing, and the clear signal to markets was that, despite a diminishing heap of chips and all appearances to the contrary, the Abenomics project can handle another few hands of yen strength and plunging stocks. But with the yen resurgent at 106 against the dollar, the ante will again be raised. A break through 105 yen against the dollar is only a whisker away. A push to 100 yen against the dollar, very plausible. And then, say analysts, you're in a policy zone where Japanese government intervention looks increasingly likely. 100 yen against the dollar is the point, effectively a reversal of all the yen weakness that drove the Abenomics boom, where the card counters judge the domestic policy cost of a strong yen outweighs the diplomatic ruckus of intervention. The table is unusually chatty. Over the weekend, the US put Japan on its currency policy monitoring list. Japan's finance minister retorted that he was extremely concerned about recent yen movements and that intervention was consistent with G20 and G7 commitments. He's sort of right, but this is where the play gets really exciting. Japan can intervene in dollar-yen up to 10 trillion yen a year without incurring the US Treasury's official ire. Weighed against that are three things. An estimate by JP Morgan that Japanese corporates have begun to unwind a 50 trillion yen pot of overseas earnings, an estimated 20 trillion yen pile of yen short positions held by Japanese investors, and the awkward historical fact that when Japan intervened in 03 to 04 and then again in 2010 to 11, it spent far more than 10 trillion yen and achieved very little. Japan is hosting the G7 summit at the end of the month, and everyone knows that it will not want to irritate its guests in advance by exceeding the table limit. At least, they think they know that. As another great poker legend, Amarillo Slim, pointed out, it never hurts for potential opponents to think you're more than a little stupid.